Good morning. It's a lovely 75 outside and we're here at our home gym for our assignment 2. My 2 voluntold subjects are actually my roommates. You can tell by the boxes that we're in the process of moving. For the sake of this assignment, I put together a workout plan. We've already done our 10-minute half-mile run, which was up a giant hill that I was not aware that was there. So right now, our voluntold subjects are stretching. This is not fake at all, I promise. This is actual stretching. The pug reduces anxiety during workouts. I recommend that if your gym gets a pug, it will help a lot. So for our workout today, we're just gonna go through each of the different techniques and make sure that they know the proper form. In that instance, we're just gonna go one at a time. We're gonna do 3 to 5 of each just so that we know that they know what they're doing. And if there's any questions there, we will correct the form that way that when we get to the workout, everything is where it should be and they're getting exactly what they want out of the workout. So to start off, we're going to do our jumping jacks, and we'll get to that as soon as they're done. It's going to be 1 minute of jumping jacks. And as we can see here, Paige's knees are just a little bit bent. If they were straight, will you straighten your legs a bit and do it? There's a lot more shock going on in here. So when she bends her knees like Kelsey's doing perfectly over here, we land on our toes a little better and it's easier on our muscle system. So this one looks great. So they'll be doing this for a minute, and then when we're done with our minute, we'll be moving on to high knees. For the sake of this assignment, we're not going to be moving. They're going to be doing high knees stationary, and we'll move on to that one when they're done with this. We're going to be doing stationary high knees, so what I'm asking them to do is to bring their arms out and keep them right at hip level. Perfect, so that when we come up, we're going to bring our leg up to a perfect 90-degree angle. So Kelsey, will you bring your leg up and hold it for me? That's what that will look like. And then if we're moving, so continue on with the workout, that's what it'll look like. Perfect. So now if we start our timer and go, notice how Paige is on the tip of her toes. Again, this is reducing that shock so that she can continue going, and we can see her calf muscle flexing just a little bit. That looks great. Third workout on the list is butt kickers. I put kickbacks because I figured that would sound a little bit more professional, but we all know what butt kickers are. So they're going to do these stationary again. So Kelsey's going to demonstrate what it looks like in slow motion. Perfect. And then Paige. Notice how Paige is keeping her back straight and looking forward. This is perfect form right here, so that when we accelerate it and start the workout, so we're going to start our timer and they're going to go now. Make sure your arms are kind of like you're running. There we go. See how that alleviated just a little bit? When their arms are at their side and stationary, it looks a little bit tense, but when we put our arms as if we were going to be running forward, it looks a little easier and your body flows because this is more of a normal method for your body. Our next workout on the list is a burpee, and we're going to do 1 minute of burpees because they really need their workout in today. So Paige here is going to show us a regular burpee, so go for it. She's going to jump up, touch the sky as much as she can. She walks out and then does a full push-up, walks back, jumps up, and the cycle starts over again. So she would continue on doing this for a whole minute. Notice how her legs are extended. This is perfect form. Keep it up. And then as you keep doing burpees, you're going to get more tired. So what's important to know is you want to keep your form. Doesn't matter how slow you go, but just keep your form going. And then over on this side, Kelsey's going to show us a little bit of a modified burpee. This is a little easier if we're feeling like our arm strength just isn't all the way there, or if we want to practice our form. Jump straight up. She's going to walk down. Notice how her knees are hitting the yoga mat. Try to keep your arms as straight as you can when you do those. So she's going to walk out again, knees down, up, and walks it back. Perfect. The next workout on the list is a squat jump. So again, Paige is going to show us what a more agility squat jump looks like, straight up and straight down. So again, this will be a little harder on your legs. And notice how she's on the tip of her toes, going back into that strength position where we can push off and feel as much of our force coming with us. Kelsey's going to show us a little bit of a modified one, jump up and squat. This one's a little easier to hold on to, And notice how she's landing right on her toes and going back on her heels and then pushing up again. We can see her leg muscles giving her all that force to move up and down. We're going to be doing planks. Kelsey here is showing us the plank where we're on our elbows. This is a little harder. It engages the core just a little bit more. What I want us to notice here is she is pushing her back up a little bit, so just straighten that out. We want to look like a tabletop. Perfect. And then Paige is showing us a modified one where we put a lot of the stress up here on our shoulders and then down into our core. Notice how she's kind of a little bit at an angle, and that's because her arms are just a tad bit higher. So we'll hold this for about 30 seconds before we move on to our next workout. Keeping your athletes motivated is really important. So what I like to do in between sessions, because we finished our first 10 minutes, we're just going to do a little bit of a get loose. We're listening to Under the Boardwalk because why not? We're getting loose. We're feeling good. All right, they're all hydrated and they're ready to go. And our next workout is going to be split jump lunges. Will look like this. We're making sure that we're hitting all the way down, but our knee's not going to touch the ground. Deep into that lunge. We're going to do a different version of a push-up. So they're going to be up on their palms and then down back on their elbows. This is engaging our arm muscles and our core muscles. We want to, like the plank, keep our backs as tabletop and straight as possible when we go down. Y'all are doing amazing. It's okay to slow down if we need to, but the important part is we're keeping our form the entire time. Our workout, we're going to start incorporating more stretching. So what this is going to look like now, this is called a fire hydrant because it literally looks like that. So Paige is going to show us on this side. Notice how her hip flexors are coming straight up. This is going to open up all the muscles down in our legs that we've just used when we were doing our jumps, our squats, and she's just engaging that muscle so that it gets a little bit more relief from the tension that we put it through. Kelsey's doing it on the other side. Notice how Kelsey's back is perfectly straight, but only her hips are moving at this point. So this is kind of giving the athletes a little bit of a breather, and at 30 seconds they'll alternate and get the other side to make sure that they're hitting all the muscles that they're using. And we need to remember this when we're doing, workouts at home. They're not idealistic like they are in the gym or like we see people doing online, because those environments are curated for that. When we do these at home, there will be fun distractions like your dog, or not fun distractions like phone calls. And our ending of our workout is another stretch called the donkey kick. So what that's going to look like is we're in that same tabletop position, but we're bringing our leg all the way up. This again is going to activate the hip flexor, but it'll activate it in a different way. This is more of a running motion. This will loosen up that groin muscle. This will loosen up your thigh muscles and just give you that relief that we used it earlier. So we're just giving it a little bit of a rest. What we're going to do here is mountain climbers, and what that looks like is our legs are pushed all the way back, kind of in plank position, and we're alternating our legs. Our right leg will touch our left elbow, and our left leg will touch our right elbow. This is added after the yoga position because we want to reactivate those muscles that we loosened up to get a little bit of a last-minute HIIT workout. We're getting everything in our body moving. We're feeling the adrenaline again. We're getting our bodies warmed up, and this will just ease us into our cool down so that when we stretch, we're getting a deeper stretch. Good job, ladies. The hill that I was talking about on our warm-up, the one that I told you I did not realize was here, because it doesn't look that bad when you're driving up, but when you start running and walking it, everything in your body starts screaming and telling you to stop. But lucky for them, they get to do it twice today.